Hey, it's Rachel, and thank you again for purchasing Podcast Prodigy. And in this video, I'm just going to go over a few ways that you can monetize your podcast. And this is, whether you have an existing platform, so maybe you're already a consultant or an author or something, or it might be that you're starting out with absolutely no product, no list, no anything. I just want to give you some ways that you can monetize your podcast and make sure that this is a really profitable endeavor for you. So I'll go over a couple different things that you can do here, how you can get started very easily, things that are tested and work well, and hopefully it helps. So first we'll go over what to do if you're starting out and you have absolutely no assets yet. One of the best things that you can do is find a product on ClickBank that you really like and promote it on the end of at the end of each of your podcasts. So you would just go to clickbank.com and then marketplace, and then you would just find products for whatever your niche happens to be. So I've used woodworking as an example for a couple ones, so let's just go to woodworking. And you can see here that there's a bunch of different products on woodworking. So you would just go over and click promote, put in whatever your account nickname is, that's mine. You might want to do a podcast or whatever kind of tracking ID, just so that you know where people are coming from. You hit create. And then you're going to get a link where you can send people to buy the product with your affiliate ID. So what I would recommend doing is go over onto Namecheap or GoDaddy or wherever you can buy domains and just get a domain that you can redirect to your affiliate link. So for example, you might buy bestwoodworkingcourse.com or woodworkingforbeginnercourse.com and then just set up an HTTP redirect. It's very easy. That redirects right over to your link. So that at the end of each podcast, you'll say, if you liked this podcast, I recommend going to woodworkingforbeginnerscourse.com and then start to track and see how many sales you get from your podcast. Now, if you start getting lots of sales, then you might want to put more effort into it, right? So in the beginning, it's very simple. You just get that redirect and see how it goes. If it works well, then maybe you start building a list and you can send people to different products because obviously what you're doing is profitable. You can also start to offer a bonus. So tell people if they purchase the course through your affiliate link, then maybe you'll give them a report, the top 10 woodworking projects under $100. And that's something that you can very easily outsource for under $100 on Odesk, and then you have a valuable bonus to offer people. And this is only something that you would do after you already prove that the sales letter is already converting for you and you're making sales. So it's just a really simple way to create extra revenue from your podcast without having to go out and create products or anything until it's actually proven first. So I recommend getting evergreen products that you can sell for a long time because people are going to go start listening to your podcast back catalog, and if they start listening to podcasts from the very beginning, if you have something that they can buy for years to come, then you'll start making more and more recurring or more passive revenue. Now, if you want to make recurring revenue, you can also do that. So you can do just products. You can also go into ClickBank and you can see here there's a section where you can just do recurring products. So if you click that, then you're going to get different products where you'll make money ongoing. So you won't just sell the initial product, but you can have products, you can promote products where you're going to get payments monthly. And so this is where you can start to build passive income with your promotions. And so that could be something else that you do to generate long-term revenue. And same thing, you would just hit promote, get your affiliate link, create a redirect, and then if it starts working, then you just create more things for it. So you can outsource bonuses or build your list or different things. But just at the end of each podcast, you would just say, buy X course, or go here if you want more, and then you'll start making these easy commissions without having to really do too much work on your own. Of course, I recommend going through the courses, making sure that they're great and all that, but if everything checks out, then you're good to go. Now, another thing you can do is have guests come on your show that have offers that you like and then offer affiliate deals on them. So let me show you what I mean. Here is a podcast that I was interviewed on. The guy who created it, his name is TJ, and his podcast is where he talks to people who are on the show Shark Tank, and he just asks them about their experience, what happened after the show. And then sometimes he'll also just interview regular marketers and ask them about how they do what they do. So when he had me on the podcast, I was doing a lot of Kindle marketing, and I have a course called the Ultimate Kindle Course. And so what he did was he asked me all kinds of book questions, and we went over it, and it was a great interview. And then at the end, he got an affiliate link to my Ultimate Kindle course. I set up a page for him, and you could see, where is that? Did I pass it already? Here it is. I set up the page for him, theultimatekindlecourse.com/Shark Tank podcast. I had a video, and then people could buy the Ultimate Kindle course. And so he was able to make affiliate commissions that way. And it was working very well for him, and he made some sales. So you could do the same thing on your podcast, where you have people come on and they talk a bit about their subject, and then you have some kind of affiliate redirect. That's a page just for them with a discounted link, and make sales that way. And then again, you don't have to come up with a product for yourself or do anything until you start to see that what you're doing is something that will actually convert into sales. Now, you can also do sponsorships if you want. So I'm not sure if you picked up the upsell. One of the things that was in there was an interview with John Lee Dumas. And John Lee Dumas was talking about how with sponsorships, once you start getting a consistent 3,000 downloads per episode, then you can start to find different sponsors to host your show and pay to get in front of all of your listeners. And this is a great way if you don't have any other assets yet. If you can do the affiliate offers, the memberships. You can also just start looking for sponsorships and getting paid that way. So there's a site that John mentioned called themidroll.com. It's themidroll.com. And that site, I'll actually take you over there. The midroll will find people for you to sponsor your show. And so they get a cut of it. And John said that it's more than worth it, because they'll go and educate the sponsors, and it's great stuff. So that is another way that you can start to monetize your podcast, is either finding the sponsors yourself or using a site like Midroll to help find people for you. If you're already a consultant or a coach and you want to sell people your coaching, for example, one of the things you can do is just have some kind of a application, which many of you I'm sure already do. I love woofu.com, but you can use whatever you want. And you would just go through and have some kind of a domain where people can go and automatically get redirected to your application form. So maybe you say apply to coachwithjane.com or seansmastermind.com, whatever it is, people can go to that page and then redirect. And this is a great way to just build up some applications, set up your strategy calls, and start booking coaching clients. If you want, you can also do events, promote different events. You can promote masterminds or whatever kind of things that you have for people to be able to work with you. And podcasting is an excellent way to get new clients. Again, if you purchase the upsell, there was that case study with Michelle Evans where she said she has between 4 and 15 people every single week reaching out to her, and then 65% of those people end up becoming clients. So they just go through and they fill out the strategy session, and she's booked her coaching practice solid, and now she's creating a mastermind because she just doesn't have any more bandwidth to do the coaching. So that could be something that you do too. So anyway, I hope that this gives you some ideas and it helps. If you haven't picked up the upsell yet and you want to learn more about monetizing, there are 4 in-depth case studies. They're each just under an hour, just about, anywhere from like 50 minutes to an hour. I think all of them are, or maybe one slightly under. And it goes in depth on how other people are monetizing. So I will link to that underneath this video. Either way, I hope that this gives you some great ideas and helps you just make sure that you start making revenue with your podcast. I want to make sure that this is something that proves to be really profitable for you and something that you can stick with for the long term. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.